This week in the Academy, we focused on web servers and the foundational protocols of web applications. Our focus here is shifting from the basic core elements of test-driven development and object-oriented thinking and the low-level components of communication over sockets to using standard protocols and seeing how those really resolve some of the tension and forces that they've seen in being able to communicate with applications over the internet. We have them build more of their application using basic web pages and forms, as well as application programming interfaces, APIs, using JSON data that's passed back and forth in a structured way.
My biggest takeaway for this week is definitely just having a more fundamental understanding of how your code interacts with the web, or how like a server can interact with a client accessing something through an API, which is very like fundamental stuff for stuff like Rails, which we're going to be getting into. When we go into Rails, having an idea of what's actually happening under the hood, as opposed to it just seeming like it's doing magic, will certainly be beneficial going forwards.
Probably, well, I mean, obviously being able to actually run a server that I can view and look at, and knowing how to test HTML versus JSON, those are pretty important.
Every day I learn more about being better at debugging and methods and strategies that I can take for me to avoid having to debug. So I guess this week was, just as previous weeks, like it's been a learning process, growth, and everything, gaining more experience.
In our next section of the Academy, we'll focus on applying these foundations of the web to web application frameworks, specifically using Ruby on Rails.